a DIY air vent install on your Harley-Davidson street guide. Let's talk about that. Let's get cracking. Good moto morning, beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of Kraken's Garage. I'm your host, Eric, and on today's episode, we're going to install an open and close vent for this air vent on the front of my ℎ𝕬𝕉. Harley discontinued that part, even all the way up to the CVOs a couple years back, and to install one now runs roughly $110. There's places online you can order it a little cheaper. That I'll have linked down below if you're interested in purchasing one. It's a very easy install. If you know how to do it, it takes roughly about 30 minutes. If you don't, it's going to take roughly about an hour. So let's get to the install. So first of all, the country of origin of the part, like I always do, part number 292000003, air duct interfering. Country of origin, USA. Unbelievable. Let's see what's in the box. And all you get's a part, and there's no instructions. I'm pretty sure Harley didn't include instructions because I think internally they were never planning on this being an order part for people to install on their bikes, because they used to be standard. But what this is you have the ability to open and close the vent. And much like a car door on your compartment on your automobile, it's a spring-loaded switch. Press it and it opens up. Hopefully you can see that. And it's a one-shot assembly. There's two bolts that hold it on. We'll show you how to get to it and get it installed. Fairly easy install. We're going to do a time lapse of me disassembling the front end of the bike. I won't go into detail on that aspect of it, so. So we pop the fairing off, and you have to disconnect the headlights. Actually, just do a quarter turn and pull the bulbs out. I don't recommend that. Make sure you use surgical gloves. You cannot touch those halogen bulbs. You will damage them when you reinstall them and go to fire it up. It's a possibility of burning out your bulb, and they aren't inexpensive. So in my case, I disconnected them. There's two squeeze tabs on each side to pull it right off gently. I should say it's 40 degrees Fahrenheit here in my garage. And if you're plastic when you're messing with any bike, not just Harley-Davidson, and it's fighting you and you're having to flex the plastic a little bit, when it's cold in your garage or environment that you're working in, the plastic becomes very brittle. So sometimes it's worth your time to get a heat gun and just heat the general plastic areas that you're going to be moving to flex it and get it out from behind the passing lamps and things like that. So something to think about. This is the part we're going to remove right here. And this is just a constant air. I've read a lot of forums on this particular item, and a lot of people don't much care for the air vent. I like it in the summertime. It certainly helps with the buffeting behind the windshield for me when it's open. And this is perma open, but when I get in torrential downpour rains, the rain goes right in there and shoots up and comes out the vent here right into the face shield of my helmet, and that's annoying for me. So for me, everybody's different. I would prefer the ability to shut it off in the case of rainy conditions. Now, we only have two bolts here that hold this item on, and we'll use our T27 again. And that should just pop right out. And we're going to save that. Always save your parts when you're working on your bike. The next owner may want to put it back to the original OEM condition. In my opinion, it makes your used bike more valuable to have all the OEM parts with it. Now, whenever you tear down part of your bike, it's a good idea to get a rag, a good clean fiber rag, and get in there and just basically wipe all the area. You'd be surprised at the number of bug guts and filth and grease and grime and whatever that gets up inside your bike. And it's rare that I ever dig into this end of the bike to do any work, so I always give it a quick detail. And while I'm up inside here, this antenna here that runs across goes to my GPS nav and then wraps around and comes around down here. And you can see it has double-sided tape here on the end, and it has come loose. And the tape is no longer doing its job and remaining sticky, so I will replace that. So we found out a problem that may cause a rattle or interruption of your navigational system going down the road just by doing some general maintenance on our bike. You have foam padding here that make sure it's seated properly and on correctly before you install it. And with a little luck, it should just slide right in. 2 screws. Don't use power tools when you're screwing in metal screws into plastic. It's not under a heavy load. So as soon as you feel resistance, go about another 1/8 of a turn and you're good. Now, before I reinstall my windshield, you can see there's some light scratches right where the plastic meets the fairing of the bike. And that's from grit and whatever getting in there from riding down the road in wet conditions. So always, always, always use a decent plastic cleaner. In this case, I use Plastex, and clean up your windshield with a fresh, clean microfiber rag. So there you go. The actual vent is only held in with 2 screws. It's roughly these 3 screws and 4 other screws to remove this entire fairing and unplug your headlights. That's it. Not a big deal. Like I said, about a 30-minute install. Anyone can do this. You can do this. Hopefully this walkthrough kind of helped you out. And I'll report how this works or doesn't work regarding blocking the rain in my case, and the actual wind flow and how that helps with the buffeting or makes it worse. We'll see. So on a scale of difficulty, I give this a 1 mullet difficulty rating. It's super easy. Like I said, half hour to do it. As kind of particular about cleaning behind this fairing once I tear the bike down. If you don't do that, half hour max, get it done. So super easy to do. Give it a try. There's my ghost dog Bullet. He's here to remind me to wrap things up. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. If you want to see more in the future, hit that subscribe button right down there in the corner. And remember, folks, go run because it's good for you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.